on behalf of Netherlands College and MSM Media, I would like to welcome you all to the NLC MSM Agent E-Summit Live Series for 2020. I'm Karishma Chaudhary, Manager Canada at MSM Media. Choosing a right institution in Canada is a big decision and an important investment in students' future. Netherlands College has been providing high quality programs to Canadian and international students since 1975. NLC welcoming you all with a mission of enriching lives, communities, and industry in Northern British Columbia. And of course, the world through accessible, applied, and academic learning. NLC constantly seeks to enhance the quality of learning experience through international opportunities for its students and graduates. NLC together with MSM is happy to have you all here for an hour of ultimate knowledge-oriented session. Well, before we go to the exciting part, I would like to let you know during the webinar, if you would be having any question related to NLC, do not hesitate to drop it in Q&A section in your control panel. And if you would be having any technical questions, then you can please drop it in the chat box. I know everyone is curious and interested to learn more about NLC, its program, its state-of-art facilities on campus, and of course, its welcoming local community. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce Mr. Tony May, International Recruitment and Business Development Coordinator. Tony, over to you.
Thank you, Krishna. Good morning, everyone. And it's a pleasure to be here. Let me give you a little bit overview of our college, Northern Lights College. Oh, one second. My screen is not moving. Oh, okay, there you go. So, Northern Lights College, we are located in northeast part of British Columbia in Canada. It's about a 1.5 hour flight from Vancouver. We have 6 campuses, but mainly we're hosting our international students in Fort St. John and Dawson Creek. Now, let me give you a little bit background overview for Fort St. John and Dawson Creek. We are industrial towns. Unlike Vancouver or Toronto, the big cities, we are much smaller in population and of course in size of the city. But because we are industrial towns, we are surrounded by few gigantic corporations like lumber, oil, natural gas, and natural resources corporation in the region. And when I speak of region, it's actually very big area. It's covers northern side of BC. And because the corporation is established around this area, it creates a lot of job opportunities. And it's not just for when students graduate, but it's create a lot of part-time job opportunity while students studying. So let's go into. We are public college, and we established in 1975, and we've been known as BC's Energy College. So why would you choose in Northern Light College? Well, let me tell you this. First of all, we have the most affordable tuition in British Columbia, and we are one of the most affordable tuition colleges in Canada. So let me give you an example. For normal diploma, to be a business diploma, the 2-year course is $20,000. So if you compare that to any other public colleges, we stand out. And of course, we have a small classroom size. For most of our classroom, we max out 16 students per class. And we are public college, and our credential is within the standard of Canadian educational system. Here, though, one thing I want to mention: when students come here, they will find that they have a very unique life experiences. Unlike big cities, everything's so busy, it's a metropolis, and every time you need to go to work or you need to go to school, it takes you hours. Here, doesn't matter if you live in school's residence or rent outside apartment or basement, Usually it's about a 5 to 10 minutes walk to your classroom. And that's it. You don't need to take a public transportation, and you don't need to buy a car or anything. Well, if you want to, of course you can buy a car, but you don't need to. And like I said before, amazing job opportunities. They almost 90% of our international students will have that who want to apply for part-time job get their part-time job within the first couple of weeks when they get here. So labor is needed in those two towns, and international students actually filling up this labor perfectly. Now let's go into our programs. Same as any other public college, we have our university transfer system. And if the student decide to finish, the generic course here in Northern Lights College for year 1, year 2, they can transfer to any major universities for year 3 and year 4. And once they finish their bachelor degree, of course, they can apply for their 3-year postgrad work permit. And just a little bit back on the transfer. In Canada, in-province transfer, like in British Columbia, our transfer is guaranteed. But if a student want to transfer outside of province, it's up to the receiving institution to decide how many credit they will accept. But because we are public college, usually they will accept over 90% of our credit transfer. Then we have diploma, associate degree, and the post-degree diploma. And this is just basic layouts for any like diploma, associate degree, and post-degree. They're all 2 years. Once the student successfully complete the program, they can apply for 3-year postgrad work permit. And of course, with the associate degree or diploma, they can all choose to continue study to get a degree afterwards. And I'm going to brief overview of our post-degree diploma. I mean, of course, we have a business management diploma as just a diploma. Then we have post-degree diploma is in business management, health administration specialization, and business management in information technology specialization. Now, I want to actually give you guys a little background of associate degree of arts and associate degree of science. We have many specializations within those 2 associate degrees. Especially, I want to mention associate degree of science. Actually, in late couple years, there's a high demand for students actually who have such a background, if it's in associate degree of science. The reason why is that there is a specific stream for students who's doing science and technical background in education, and if they find a job as in it doesn't have to be computer science, it doesn't have to be like coding specifically. If they after they finish the associate of science, they start working in any IT department, and their role is set because the requirement for them to pass the provincial nominee program is much lower than any other normal graduates. And the job opportunity for the student is actually great, especially in our areas, because we are in the northern part of British Columbia. And the government want people to actually move up north, so it was not everyone in Vancouver or Toronto. So they have a lot of job opportunity in those big corporations, and yet there's so few applicants. But when our students graduate and they try, if they stay up north, there's a lot of pathway for them to take to get actually like full-time job offer with a great benefit and everything. So associate degree of science is one of the, I would say, like the underlooked program for a lot of students, but it actually benefits the students in the long run, and they actually making a very good money after they graduate. And of course, we have our helping professions, social service worker diploma, criminology, early child care education and care diploma, and the practical nursing. So I want to take the practical nursing like out of the bracket a little bit, because most of our other program is $20,000 for the 2 year. But nursing is different. Nursing is around 38,000, and the IELTS requirement is much higher than other programs, and there's other requirement too for it. But we are the only few public colleges still accept international students to this program, even though it's a very, very hard program to get into. And we have many one-year certificate programs, but we usually don't recommend international students to take 1 year, one certificate program because it's not, if their goal is to stay in Canada afterwards, 1 year certificate program, it does not cut it, but we do offer them. And of course, we have a ESL pathway program, but probably not for the region you guys are working on, but we do have them. And also now we have land and water resource diploma and archaeology diploma. Also, I want to give you a little bit background about those two diplomas. Those two diploma, if in any other public colleges, they might not be a popular program because land and water resources can limit it, and archaeology. And the archaeology, most people misunderstand. They think it's just digging dinosaur bones. No, it's not. It's about history. It's about the land. It's about preserving the rock structure, and is more than just digging dinosaur bones. So because we have many cooperation around this area, and they have a team of environmental scientists to preserve the land, preserve the water, preserve the forests, and the work has been created. And they are looking for people who graduate from those programs that work for them, and which is actually very, very good career path, because if the student lucky get a full-time job offer at campus, their starting wage is $35 an hour, so it's actually amazing. Then, of course, we have one of the most, another popular program in trade is the aircraft maintenance engineering program. And as you can see, the photo on the right-hand side, this is the classroom. I use my cell phone to take the picture. As you can see, we have jet, we have rescue helicopter, personal plane, water aircraft, and farming planes. And because we maximize only 16 students per class, so each student will have their own plane to work on, which is amazing. And the tuition is only around $20,000 too. So it's the cheapest aircraft maintenance program you can find, basically in Canada almost. And all the instructor in this program, they are the engineers in the field. So if the student do a good job, do a hard work, instructor like them, they will give them recommendation, give them reference letter. Many of our alumni actually receive full-time job offer before they even graduate. So it's a great career choice. And to be said though, with the aircraft maintenance engineering and also land and water archaeology, for those three diplomas, it requires students do hard work like labor. So that if student want to sit in the chair, not to get up at 4 in the morning, they're not willing to do hands-on work, that's not a program for them. But if a student willing to do that, this is perfect program. And of course, we have 4 student services for orientations. And yes, for this year though, because of COVID-19, all the orientation and that advising and the student leadership program is all online. Hopefully we will get back to normal soon. And we have our accommodation. We have the 4-bedroom suite in both residences. We have a beautiful residence house in Dawson Creek and Fort St. John. And it's 4-bedroom suite. Each student will have their own bedroom, and they share the kitchen, bathroom, and living area. And everything is included, including water, electricity, heat, and Wi-Fi. Only thing that is not included is groceries. So students need to go shop for their own grocery. We don't feed them, they need to cook it for themselves. And it's $520 per month. And if a student decide to go rent, apartment or basement outside the campus, there you're welcome to. And usually it's around $700, but it depends how many people are students and where they're living and what kind of place they're renting. And this is a program list with the fees and IELTS requirement. you guys can get from M Square, and they were happy to give you that. And I was gonna play a little video. Is our students, and hope that will enjoy that. And before that, I would like to announce something. With this seminar, Northern Lights College is planning to give the first 6 students who receive letter of acceptance for associate degree of science, that apply for associate degree of science, they will get a $500 tuition credit during their second semester. So that means the first 6 students who pay their deposit and get a letter of acceptance. And for more detail, please contact M Square. They will fill in. Now let me share the video.
Taking the risk to come to Canada is something that is totally worth it. It's worth it because it's a country that is opening the doors for international persons. It's giving opportunities, and it's a country that is always gonna recognize the respect for the other. My name is Carolina Arango, and I am from Colombia. I came to Dawson Creek in 2018.
I'm Irene de la Peña Tesico. I came from the Philippines. I arrived here last September 2019. So I've been here for 6 months, and as for my experience, I'm really happy, very gratefully happy with what I am right now in here.
I love this college. I love my instructors. They are always willing to listen, to respond to your doubts, and to help you, to provide you all the information that can help you make the learning process easier.
So since I came here, I think the best part is the people. The people in here were so friendly, they're so accommodating, and they helped me to become a better person.
It's something different. It's a city that offers you a connection with the nature, and it's beautiful. There's lakes, there's this sunsets and sunrises that are magical.
I think they better choose Northern Lights College. Not only because it's affordable, but also the people in here, the instructor, the staff, they're willing to help you with all your needs. Not only specifically in your studies, but also in your personal lives.
It's amazing, and we never imagined it was gonna be like that. So it surprised us, but in a good way.
Yeah, that's our student video. And back to you, Karishma.
Thank you, Tony, for giving such a wonderful presentation. And of course, the video was amazing. Tony, now it's a time to take questions from the audience, and I'll like to remind everyone, if you're having any question related to NLC, please drop it in Q&A section in your control panel. So one thing I really very curious to know, Tony, you have announced a scholarship, which is really good to know that we are able to give the entry-level scholarship to our students for associate degree programs.
Yes.
Is there any other waiver like we are giving? I believe that there's something related to application fee.
Yes, for associate degree, we are waiving the fee, and it's for more detail, you can contact M Square, but we are waiving the fee for any student applying from now on. We don't have the set end date yet, but we're waiving the application fees for now for all students who apply to associate degrees.
Right. So all our agents can definitely take advantage of these scholarship waivers and application fee waiver. However, the date is not completely confirmed. But yes, right now we are accepting applications, without any application fee for the SSA degree programs. Okay, so Tony, now I will go to the questions which are put forward by our agents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the first question is about the PG Business Management program. Can you brief more about the PG Business Management program specialize in IT? What the program is all about?
So PDIT, post-diploma degree program for information technology. It's we combine the business aspect into information technology. So when students graduate, they not just can work for information technology, like a department for network and everything else like that, but they also can have the basic background to create their own businesses. So we set their foundations. The students have the backbones. Once they actually get familiar with their field, then they can actually start their own thing. So it is a very comprehensive program, and with all the students who went through the program, they actually learn a lot, not just about the information technology, but the business management part. So the student response was quite positive with those programs, and their job they found afterwards is also very much related.
Okay, great. Tony, what is the IELTS requirement for our undergraduate and postgraduate programs?
I'm sorry.
What is the IELTS requirement for undergraduate and postgraduate program?
Most of our program is IELTS of 6.0 and nothing less than 6.0. And there's a couple of programs that have a little bit different requirements. And for detail for each program requirement, and you can contact M Square. They have the program list, which I showed you briefly can skip before. They can sign you that, and it lists all the different IELTS requirements. But for, like I said, majority of our program is 6.0 and nothing less than 6.0.
Yes. So after this session, we'll make sure that we'll send the program matrix to all the attendees so that you can refer to the requirements, not only just the IELTS requirement, but also the academic requirement, because the requirement is different for all the programs. But
That's
here,
correct.
yes, but here I would like to highlight one thing, that for PG program as well, we are having the IELTS requirement of 6, no band less than 6. So this is something can be very beneficial for the students who want to apply for PG program but not having the IELTS of 6.5, rather having 6, no band less than 6. Okay, so Tony, moving to the next question, very interesting question. So here the agent is asking that you have mentioned that students has to cook by their own at students' accommodation. So kitchen area is separate or common for all the students?
No, the kitchen area is shared by the 4 student, which in the suite is a 4-bedroom suite. So the outside they have a door, they walk in, there's living space, and there's a washroom, and there's a kitchen area. Then there are 4 bedrooms. So it's like a 4-bedroom suite. Only those 4 is sharing that kitchen, not like everyone. That would be crazy. So yeah, it's a private one. Within the 4 students, it's a private kitchen.
Thank you, Tony. Tony, for our business programs, can a student from commerce background apply?
Yeah, definitely. And there's no restriction to apply for 2 business programs.
So if the student is not having mathematics but have studied accounting, yes, students can apply for the business programs.
Okay, there's Mass 10 minimum requirement, and depends if just for the business management, like you really need to look into which specific program the student is applying, and some of the program they might not require higher math, but sometimes Mass 10 or even Mass 11 is necessary, depends on the program you are looking into. So for business management, the basic requirement is, I believe it's grade 10 math. Let me double check. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, it's math 11. So you do need a math 11 from high school to able to apply for business management diploma.
Okay, great, great. So now moving to the next question, it's about the PT. Again, the similar questions about PT and Duolingo. So for PTE, yes, we are accepting PT in few of the programs, not all the programs with 57 score. And for Duolingo, yes, we are accepting Duolingo with 105 in majority of the programs and 110 in few programs where the IELTS requirement is higher. Similarly, the Duolingo requirement is higher. Okay, so moving to the next question, Tony, it's about the gap, like how many gap we are accepting. So I can answer the question too, because I know that the rules are different for the India and the Pakistan. So we would be able to accept the gap of 5 to 6 years for the PG programs, and if the student is applying for the UG program, then up to 3 years we would be able to accept the gap. Okay, then the next question is, Tony, what is the turnaround time for the offer letters?
And right now, our admission team is actually working very swiftly over the letter of offers, and the turnaround time usually is within the week. Of course, that provides all the document is being sent.
Okay, great. And Tony, if you know the current scenario, students are not pretty sure about their admissions. If they want to take the deferment, for how many times we can offer them the deferment, and would it be the paid deferment or it will be without any cost?
I'm sorry, I think you froze a little bit there. I only got half the question. Sorry, can you repeat the question?
I'm sorry, I'll repeat it again for you. Tony,
yes, please.
about the deferment, how many times a student can take the deferment, and would the deferment would be paid or without any fee?
How many times the student can be what? I'm sorry, I think I'm having a little bit bad internet connection here.
Okay.
How many? Sorry.
Can take deferment?
Documents?
Deferment, can defer the offer.
Or defer the offer?
Yes.
Usually is within the year. If we defer you 3 times, then you will have to reapply.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Tony. Moving to the next question. What is the average cost of leaving for a month? And are we providing any kind of assistance for the part-time jobs?
No, for part-time job, like student. Excuse me. Sorry. For part-time job, most of our students actually they just go out handing resume, and like I said before, most students get their first part-time job within a couple of weeks to get here. It's actually very easy and convenient for them to apply for part-time job here. And all part-time starting wage for all students mostly is the $16 per hour. So it's actually a little bit higher than the student who work in lower mainland, like in Vancouver area or Toronto area, because labor for like entrance level job, labor force is needed. So they are actually really happy to hire all international students.
Okay. And I believe, Tony, the area is actually rich with the industries and everything. So there's a lot of job opportunities for the students. So they never find any quality, right?
That's right, because most of the residents of Dawson Creek and Fort St. John, they actually have a job in the big corporations. So their family is pretty wealthy. And so which actually create a gap in the workforce for the entrance level job. And before they have a hard time to find a waiter, to find a cashier, to find the supermarket, the stalker and stuff like that. But now we actually fulfill the labor market, and they are happy. The community is happy, and we are happy too. So it's a win-win situation for the students.
Right, right. So Tony, moving to the next question. Can a bachelor student apply for aircraft maintenance program?
Of course, they can apply after they graduate from high school. And a bachelor, yeah, of course they can apply for aircraft maintenance program, definitely.
Okay. And I know this question is very tricky to answer right now, but as per your, assumptions, what do you think that January 21 intake would be online or would be on campus?
We are preparing, like, I hope it will be like in person, but we are planning both routes because nobody knows right now. I don't know if the border is going to continue to be extended on lockdown, or they're going to lift it, or it's very hard to say, and that is out of our control. It really depends on the government of Canada. Depends on how they view international students, if the door is open or not. It's not really up to the institution. And if they're still saying, you need to be online, then there's nothing I can do about it, or we can do about it. No institution can do anything about it. But they know those students who enter in September doing online, that count as a part of their postgrad work permit eligibility, which they know that, and they cannot extend that too much further. So the government knows that, so they have to plan accordingly. And unfortunately, there's no set stone answer at this moment. I wish I do, but nobody does right now. So we keep calm and be patient. The answer will come, and I hopefully it will be a good answer.
Okay, thank you so much, Tony. Tony, moving to the next question is about, again, I'm not sure that if you would like to answer this question. After getting AIP, is there any probability of getting visa rejection?
So what is AIP?
Approval in principle, the
Oh,
stage.
approval in principle. Yes. Well, I'm not immigration officer, but I know there. If we're talking about probability, there is a probability if the student check it out, their health did not pass, they have something wrong with them, like for medical checkup. If something like that is out of control, and there is a possibility. So I mean, usually they will get approved if they already have approving principle, but I mean, there's always a couple cases that is out of the box.
Right. Thank you, Tony. Moving to our next question, is airport pickup available?
No. We do not offer any airport pickup right now because we cannot. Due to the COVID-19, we ask a student to let us know when they arrive. Usually we can ask the taxi company to go there and do the pickup and drive them to the quarantine place for this time. I mean, because right now for all students enter Canada, and not just students, everybody enter Canada, they need to be self-quarantined for 14 days. And as an institution, we cannot do airport pickup right now because it's against the regulation. So there's no airport pickup, unfortunately. But we can help you schedule a taxi and everything else.
Okay, so complete assistance is definitely available for the student, and we are not able to provide airport pickup because of the current scenario. Otherwise, we definitely do, right, Tony?
If everything back to normal, but I don't know what's the new normal right now. So.
And Tony, would you like to tell something about how our students, because those students who have received their approval before 18th of March, they are able to travel to NLC on campus, and none of the students were stopped. This is something really good to know about NLC, that most of our students who wanted to travel to Canada, they actually traveled and they are on campus. So how
Yes.
to help them with the quarantine? What all facilities?
So Yeah, it's we actually first we were a little bit worried too because we no institution had done that before, right? So we actually spaced out our residents, and we only take only maybe 40% of the capacity of the residents who can handle. We quarantine students in each of them have a individual suite, and we help them with the food delivered to their doors, and we help them with the laundry once a week. So everything is being handled, and all of our students came out great. Then nothing, well, finger crossed, nothing bad happened, and it was a good. Yes, the student. They some after a week they feel like they want to get out and stuff, and we tell them, it's mandatory quarantine. It's you have to follow. So and they understand that it's there's maybe little hiccup here and there, but in the great picture, everyone did a great job, and they are very happy they actually arrived, they're able to get here and start their courses.
Yes, and it's really good because the most important factor students were worried about to do the quarantine was expenses also. But here, because NLC provided them their campuses for the quarantine on the regular, that fees which was applicable, they were able to do the quarantine very nicely within a
That's
budget.
right.
With a complete support from the institution side, and none of our students were stopped on the airport and they were not sent back. That is really good to know about, the
Yes.
way the complete process was carried out. So, okay, moving to the next question, Tony, it's about, are we accepting PTE and TOEFL as English language proficiency test?
TOEFL, for majority program, we can accept PTE. As you said before, it's like we need to look into each particular cases. We do accept them, but some program it's special, then we are not. So you can, like I said, send M squared your particular program and particular student question. They were able to give you a more specific answer to which program we're accepting, which language proficiency test.
Right. Thank you, Tony. Thank you for answering the question. Okay,
So,
and the another question is about the practical nursing.
mhm.
So what are the requirements for the practical nursing? What exactly are expected from the student in terms of the education or experience?
Yeah, first of all, for practical nursing, it's for the IELTS requirement, it's 7.0 and the reading 7.5, so it's quite high. The for all other requirement, it's a long list, and if you're interested, like I said before, you can email M Square. They can give you the full admission requirement because it's not like an other program. You just need a grade 10 math, or it's a list. So M Square can provide you with that.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. The next question is that if the student, if the travel restrictions got lifted in between the semester, would the students be able to travel to Canada and join the classes? It's about like in between the semester, would they be allowed to join the classes?
We have no restrictions that they are not allowed, and it's like that. It really depends on the travel restrictions. Institution, I mean, it is still online, but they can be here. Yeah, definitely, and they can go find a part-time job and stuff like that. It just up on the restriction, the travel restrictions. But the quarantine is, I think, it will be still there. So once they arrive, they still need a quarantine for 14 days. And beside that, like we have no restrictions. Students cannot travel here, finish the next half their classes. But then, like I said again, it really depends on government Canada how they restructure or lift the travel restrictions.
Right, Tony. And Tony, what is the refund policy for fall intake students who already started their classes, but if they get rejection in the second stage?
Yeah, so if the student get a visa refusal during the second stage and they already started their classes, they can submit a request to us, and we will forward that to for parents, and it, we will refund the money, and the only deduction it will be like $300 administration fee. That's it, and unless it's not a visa refusal, then it's a different story. But for most of visa refusal, like unless there's some special cases, we will refund your fees.
Right, Tony. So, if in case of the refusal in the second stage, also we would be able to provide the maximum refund. Only
Yes.
the student has to provide us with the proper form he have to send. He said he have to follow a proper procedure for that. Okay, that's
Yes.
good. That's again good to know about it. Okay, right, Tony. Now we are moving to the next question. It is about the transferring. Like if the student has done 1 year in any of the Canadian institution, has already studied 1 year in any of the Canadian institution, would they able to apply at NLC with the expired IELTS score?
If it's only study 1 year and our score is only 1 year old, yes, but it's over 2 year old. Unfortunately, we have to stick with law and regulation. Over 2 year IELTS, we do not accept.
Okay.
I mean, yes, they done 1 year certificate somewhere here or there, but it's we will still they still will need to meet the language proficiency requirement when they admit to the college. It doesn't matter if they finish one certificate or not.
Right, right. Thank you, Tony. And the next question is about 10+3 requirement, like 10th and plus diploma requirement. I would like to take this question, Tony. So yes, the student would be able to apply for the program with 10+3, but the condition apply that whatever requirements are their academic requirement is there, that student must be able to fulfill. For example, if there is a requirement of mathematics with any particular percentage for that particular program for which student is applying, so he must have studied that in his diploma program with that much particular percentage. Only then we would be able to accept, otherwise we won't be. So it actually depends case to case basis. You can share the documents, we will assess it, and we will let you know about it. Okay. Well, Tony, I believe that we are able to answer most of the question. There is one new question is there. If the student is graduated from USA or UK or Australia, do they need to submit IELTS proficiency test still after studying from USA, UK or Australia, which are English speaking countries?
If they have a diploma degree and study more than 2 years in English speaking countries, we will consider waiver, but it's not a rule set in the book. We can do case by case.
Okay.
But it has to be studied there for at least 2 year full-time studies in an English setting environment.
Right. Thank you, Tony. Okay, Tony, I believe that we are able to answer mostly all the questions from our audience. So would you like to say
Great.
something before we wrap up the session?
Yeah, it's great to be here, and I wish I can give you guys, is this will be if in life, I will shake your hands, but we are now is all on the web, and I'm glad you guys can join us, and I'm really looking forward for your applications, and I will welcome your students with open arms, and hopefully going back to the normal, I can take them out for many activities. And here's beautiful scenery in the northeast side of British Columbia. It's an experience of lifetime. And I hope to see you guys application and see you students soon. And welcome you guys to visit us at any time when everything is over, when everything is back to normal, of course. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. And I would also like to thank all the participants who have participated in this exclusive MSM and NLC Agent E-Summit. We really appreciate that you being here. We hope the session was helpful and informative enough for everyone. Until the next one, please take care, stay safe and stay healthy. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.